Okay, let's make sure everything is working this time. Um, I hope everything is working this time. I'll give it a few seconds. Let's give it a few seconds, I guess. Make sure everything's working just fine. Okay, I think we're good. I hope we're good. Hopefully I'm coming in just fine. Well, if it is, okay, well, if it is, hopefully, let's do this then. Shiryuki Chaos back for more. We are continuing Penacony storyline. And without delay, let's just get right into it.
Ah, friend. My expression wasn't much better than yours when I first saw this. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. It's her. The famous singer, Robin.
But how is this possible?
Well, first of all, can I just say that this had nothing to do with me? I'm just an unlucky bystander here. The family can testify for me. If you don't believe me, just ask anyone in the Bloodhound family. They hate me and they hate the IPC, so they'd never lie.
What the?
This is not where the crime happened. What I showed you was a memory. The most basic light cone manifesting tech. Authorized by the Garden of Recollection and owned by the IPC. Did you really think the Galaxy Ranger was an outsider this whole time?
Not really.
Penacony has made a solemn commitment to protect the safety of anyone inside a family dream. Any person in distress will be forcibly awakened and safely returned to reality. What gives them the confidence to make such conclusive statements? Because behind this promise is the harmony. The family's Dreamweavers link up their minds together to construct an unbreakable defensive line. Breaking through this line of defense to create death in the dreamscape. Not even a memo keeper could do that without the family's permission.
Really?
Who could have done it, friend? The only one is her. The girl who calls herself a Galaxy Ranger. An imposter. An unsought guest. An emanator who hides her true identity.
I don't think the Venturine really likes Acheron.
Ifrit's death was a foregone conclusion. And Robin? Her misfortune was staring right at her. Who will be the next to die?
This reality is hard to take in. I mean, isn't that just one side of the story, though?
It's fine. Listen to your gut. Building trust always takes time. And I'm willing to wait. I just hope you realize that wherever that legacy is concerned, covert plans are already underway throughout Penacony. Everyone's got their own agenda. Careful you don't get stuck on the wrong side. If I were you, I'd keep my distance from Acheron. After all, any schemes out in the open are always going to be better than a monster in the shadows, right?
I suppose so. When you put it like that.
Who's to say there isn't an even deeper conspiracy lurking beneath the surface?
Memo Keeper, I think our little deal is finished.
Excuse me.
Aventurine is telling the truth. This memory is a real one, and there's no sign of any distortion grafting on.
The IPC is not the Garden. and there are real limits to what they can actually do. But you know all this. Friend, let's not beat around the bush here. The thing is, I want to reach out personally to team up with the Astral Express.
Really?
I told you, I'm just not interested in scrambling for the legacy. I just came to Penacony for work. I'm here to retrieve some lost property for the IPC, if you catch my drift. I'm talking ownership of this frontier prison. This has all become a bad debt thanks to the cancer of all worlds. The IPC has tried sitting down for negotiations time and again, but the family wouldn't even take our calls. You have no idea how difficult these people are to deal with. Put it this way. They've hushed up the existence of death before, so they can definitely cover up any news about Robin's death. It'll just quietly float off like a bubble and pop. Nobody ever being the wiser. That's not fair, right? So then, friend, I need your help.
What kind of help? I got something going on right now. Alright, what kind of help?
I have but only one goal. The family's front door is like a high wall, and to tear the whole thing down, I'll have to dig out a few chunks first. Once I find a weak point, the IPC will have plenty of means. Now we have our chance. So long as we can get to the truth behind her death, we can have justice for Robin. While also gaining a valuable bargaining chip for bringing the family to the table. Truly a once-in-a-blue-moon opportunity. I've been investigating and making lots of friends all over Penacony precisely for this very moment. This tragic news would be extremely bad for the family, so they'll be doing everything they can to stop it leaking, especially to the IPC. But I trust that there are still a few factions that remain exceptions, and that's why I need you all. The reputation of the Astral Express precedes you, and the Harmony will give you the fairest of appraisals. You get to find out really what happened and seek justice, and I get to put it toward completing my mission for the IPC. It's what you call a win-win situation.
That is if everything goes exactly how you want it. It's way above my pay grade.
Don't worry, just head back and talk things over with your companions.
Yeah, that's true.
That navigator is really smart. She must understand the value of this deal. Look, here's my contact details. If you come to any conclusions, call me.
Everyone loves Himiko.
Oh, and take this. A thorough investigation can always use a little more funding. Don't mention it.
Now he's just trying to gamble his way
So long,
more
friend.
hard.
I really am looking forward to uncovering the truth about death with everyone.
Aventurine just sauntered off. He really doesn't mean to force it, but something still seems off.
He has a bigger objective.
What now? What are your plans?
Black Swan. What is she thinking?
Bro just gave us 50 bones.
On the surface, this doesn't look like a bad deal for you. But Aventurine is a shrewd merchant whose scheme won't just be as simple as it appears to be.
That's what we're getting towards.
He doesn't know about Miss Firefly yet. But, judging by your reaction, he may have noticed something going on, and deliberately shifted topics to the truth of death, to try and pull you in line with his way of thinking.
So he must know. He doesn't know about Firefly, but he knows something similar happened.
That's quick thinking and very sound logic. Aventurine is no fool, and working with him definitely has its dangers.
Try not to turn a blind eye for Firefly's sake. Can I toss a die to let it decide for me? Let's do this for Firefly.
That is something I agree on.
I miss Firefly.
Anyway, be careful out there. There's more than one way to blaze a trail. In a dark forest beset by wolves, ensuring your own escape to safety should be your primary concern. As for the other questions...
Well, let's ask everything. Why not?
I'm not sure the two cases were committed by the same culprit, but that massive wound looked like its winged blade. We've all witnessed it in action before. Plus, it seems unlikely that there would be two lethal entities loose in the dreamscape.
Do you think this is connected to Acheron?
Sorry, I can't answer that question. That ranger is shrouded in mystery. I'm afraid no one is capable of providing an answer.
We could just directly go ask her ourselves.
But without a doubt, she is the most special guest at this banquet. It's like Aventurine said just then. It's best to keep your distance from her.
Have you noticed anything else?
Two victims appearing one after the other in a very short time span, in and of itself, that's very unusual. Two possibilities. The collapse of Penacony's dreamscape has started speeding up, making death extremely agitated and weakening the family's protections. Or, everything has been planned out and executed by someone. If someone has chosen these victims deliberately, first a stowaway, then a family celebrity, then this murderer's motives are worth thoroughly chewing over.
This was a well-thought-out plan. No
It's
other
all
questions?
happened so quickly, I can only make conjecture. After leaving here, go have a chat with your companions. I hope you can clarify the source of this confusion.
Black Swan leads you through the chaotic dreamscape.
Come, this way. It's a short walk. Don't get lost.
Why not? Let's go. Follow Black Swan out of the hotel. Okay. Death still looms around here.
This way. This is where we part ways. All of this is like a nightmare. Unfortunately, the remembrance doesn't lie. What we just saw is the reality that happened, and it won't fade. Follow your heart, and don't be afraid. We all walk through this world casting shadows of different lengths, and ultimately, all we leave behind are precious memories. Hold on just a sec. There you go. A small parting gift. If one day you unfortunately fall into the deep waters of the memory zone, and there's no memo keeper to join you, hopefully it can guide you on my behalf.
Oh, that's nice of her.
I also pay great attention to the ways of the world. Just think of this as an apology from me for hiding something from you.
Well, if we can't really trust anyone to yet, I know we can trust Black Swan, so...
Then, I've something private to take care of regarding that Galaxy Ranger. Let's leave things there, shall we?
I guess we have no other
What
choice.
fascinating memories will you bring for me next time we meet? I sincerely look forward to them.
You still at hotel into Dreamscape. Have you run into trouble? We got separated in the memory zone. But they're with the memo keeper. I feel antsy. Help. March, stay calm. I forgot Don Hung was still on the express. Not at the moment. Sure, just let me know if you need me. The Reverie Hotel in the real world is very calm. Not much is happening. I'm done. Where are you? Where should we meet? Aren't we gonna meet by the Clocky statue? Oh, it's great that you're safe. The lady didn't do anything bad, did she? I'm sorry about what happened to Firefly. The scene has been cordoned off by the family. We're wrapping up negotiations with family delegates. Let's meet somewhere near the Clocky statue later.
A family rep. Is Himiko okay?
Fate's ebb still. The Devil in Velvet. Wait for the express crew near the Clocky statue. Alright, to Clocky we go. Side mission, we'll do that later. Let's just stay on the critical path for now, why not? I'll do some side stuff later. Well, here we are. Let's go.
So much has happened. I should take a moment to gather my thoughts and wait for everyone to arrive.
First one to arrive at the Clocky statue? Oh, that's interesting. Cutscene, cutscene. Some time ago, deep in the memory zone.
Better unsheath that blade now, Ranger.
Damn.
Do you still dream, Hunter? Of those slain by your hand?
Oh shit. Days ago, Everflame Mansion.
It appears the outcome has already been determined.
We're still alive. As are you. You still have room to make a choice. Leave the music box behind, and then go.
Choice. The bloody trail of the destruction leaves no room for hesitation.
The Taurus Fire Demon. Even if you sacrifice your life for that Eon, you won't get special treatment.
Ranger, you tread the narrow path of the hunt. You could never understand. We come from the fire, and are born bathed in fire. We spread, burn, and destroy, until all the kindling has burned out and we leave only ashes on the ground.
So she defeated the Duke Inferno, huh?
Burning forms the entire life of a fire demon. From the beginning to the end. We are born to die, just to put into practice a profile of another universal truth. All things are created for the destruction.
Your companions don't seem to think so. They fight for your chance at survival.
They are my children, and just as I was, they are flames that have yet to burn white hot. They're still young, and I don't blame them. But my flames are faint, and time is running out. Can you see the planet of festivities in the distance? I plan to bring Purgatory with me there, and before that, I must surpass you.
Is that what brought Acheron to Penacony then?
Why?
Because on the path they have forged, you have traveled farther than I have. Emanator.
He knows she's an emanator. So he was trying to be an emanator as well then.
You cannot hide your true identity. Draw that sword, for we shall indeed remain here, bound to fight a decisive battle to the death, for I choose this. Destruction is intense, but brief. To cravenly cling to life is to endure an endlessly prolonged existence.
Even if the answer turns out to be your own destruction.
What is important is not the answer, but that it exists, just as you exist. Everything exists to be destroyed. Emanators are no different.
So he just wants a warrior's death.
Just as even sweet dreams may be born of the void, the so-called impossible is merely something that is yet to happen.
All right. I accept.
Okay.
You shall witness